Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the one and only AlphaCraft server. Today I'm going to start draining the Guardian Temple that we filled over the last couple of days or so. In fairness, I've been AFK here for a few days now and finally got it filled. Had to fill the last few bits in by hand. The right over in the corner above my head over there and right up in the corner above my head over there. I just filled it in manually because it was just easier than having to put up a contraption at the end that retrieved sand, and it was just easier. So I did that. But before I knock all of this down, I thought we'd have one last look at it because I love it. And if you're ever going to be building, if you're ever going to be draining a Guardian Temple and you want to do it AFK, this has got to be the way to do it. It went off without a hitch. Apart from, and I don't know whether I showed you this when I was building it, I had to change the mechanism down at the bottom. Because I was having a problem. I was having a problem with the flying machines getting down there and coming back again a little bit too slow. Because as I mentioned, the middle was filling up quicker than the outsides because there was a temple in the middle, so it didn't need as much sand. So it filled up in the middle quicker. Once it got to that end, I could have put in a line of hoppers returning the sand, but me being fundamentally bone idle, decided to just remove the flying machine. So I stopped these flying machines from working, which stopped carting the sand down to the end. But what that meant was this line, the line of sand here, filled up quicker, and it filled up quicker than the flying machine could get down the end and come back again. So consequently, oh my ankles, the sand was getting down to here before the flying machine had come back to take it away again, and that was breaking this end bit. So what I had to do was put an immovable object here, in this case furnace, and I had to move the observer block from here where the furnace is now. The observer block was here before. I had to move it over here just now, so once the sand reaches the end, it didn't push everything that way and break it. And after that, it worked like a charm. And as I said, it filled it in within a couple of days or so. So what I'm going to do now is go and grab myself a few more torches. I've used up all the torches I had on top of here. Hopefully trying to stop some bad guys, but clearly it's not worked. But I've run out, so I'm going to grab some torches. Then I'm going to dig down to the bottom of here and start emptying this out, and this is going to take a while, and this can't be done AFK. I suppose no, I can't. I was going to say I suppose I could make a TNT dupe up there, but TNT duping and carpet duping and rail duping and anything that's got duping in the title is cheating as far as I'm concerned, so I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to have to do this a good old-fashioned way. So I'll dig down here, take a load of torches and just put down torches and break all the sand. Stick the stuff in a cajillion chests, which I took from up there, the ones that Smurfy put up there. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to spend most of today doing that, and hopefully when I see you again, all of this will be completely clear, and we'll just have a Guardian Temple bang in the middle, and then we'll decide what kind of vat or Guardian farm we're going to be using. I think I'm going to be using some kind of vat system again. On AlphaCraft Season 1, I used 4 vats, one in each corner, but that was just OP. You know, there were too many Guardians, and in the interest of trying to keep lag to a minimum, I think I'll probably only have the one, probably a square vat in the middle, and it's going to have soul sand in it. Instead of me standing here telling you what I'm going to do, maybe I'll just get on and do it. Okay, I decided before I dug too much of this out and I left all of the flying machine contraption above thin air, I decided to knock it all down because it's just going to be easier doing it now with something to walk on than it would have been in an hour or so when all of this sand had gone. So I've done that now, so say bye-bye to the flying machine. Bye, Felicia. Wow, I'm on my 6th double chest of sand. I've already gone through 3 decent shovels, and I've only done this much. I was doing it with torches, but to be honest, it was just taking absolutely ages. So I decided to use the shovel that Smurfy kindly made for me. But this is taking an age. It's going to take me longer to remove the sand than it did for me to put it down in the first place. But anyway, off to fix my shovel at the Enderman farm, and then I'll crack on. We've finally done it. We've finally got rid of all the sand in the ocean monument, the perimeter of the ocean monument. I've moved the conduit from the top down to the bottom, but I don't know whether I'm going to be draining underneath the Guardian Temple because Guardians don't spawn down there anyway. And to be honest, I can't be bothered. Can't be bothered to go down there and do it at the moment. Maybe I'll change my mind. So now the job is to remove all of this. Is to get rid of all of the temple and stick all of the prismarine and whatever into some more chests, and then I'll decide what to do. I don't know whether to replace this wall with glass. I don't know whether to replace this wall by just dropping it out of the way. If you've never seen that happen and just having a wall of water, that is pretty cool. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know yet. It's something for us to think about. But before I do any of that, I've got to get rid of that bad boy. Brilliant, so we've finally got it drained, and I've located the dead centre. Unfortunately, these guys are built with even numbers, and I'm not a big fan of building with even numbers because you can't find the dead centre. But that's the centre there. It's a 2-block centre, which is not going to be a biggie to start with. Maybe I'll do something about that later. But I'm not so sure. Now what I want to do, I've still not decided yet what to do and with the farm, how to make it, you know, how big it's going to be, what kind of design it's going to be, what's going to go around the outside. But what I do want to do is start getting the drops from the Guardians. So in order to do that, I'm going to make myself a little temporary farm in the middle. It's only going to be, I don't know, 9 by 9. It's going to have to be 10 by 10, isn't it, because of the even centres, but I'll make a 10 by 10 square of glass in the middle with a bit of lava over the top of some fence gates that lead down into a collection area where we're going to have some chests around the side of it. Now, I'm going to need a little bit of glass, so what I've done, I've made a little furnace, automatic furnace array over here. Very, very simple. Am I going to be able to jump up to show you how I made it? I should have made it on camera, actually, but I didn't. I just got carried away. I've put jump 2 on my beacon as well. I love jump 2 when I'm building. So you've got we've got 8 furnaces at the bottom with chests with hoppers underneath leading into the output chest there. We've got a row of hoppers there leading into the top of the furnaces. That's where all of the sand is going to go. And then along the top of that there is a line of hoppers all leading into that comparator. And that comparator powers or when it's full, that comparator will power that block, which will turn off that redstone torch, which will unpower this redstone line, unlocking those hoppers. So everything in those hoppers will fall down into the furnaces below. Now, this is not an ideal system. It should distribute the items evenly. If you make it any bigger, there's a problem. It's a known bug where one of the hoppers gets missed out. So you can't really build this any longer. You can, but then you run the risk of there being all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I digress. This is not a tutorial on how to build an automatic furnace array. So what I'm going to do now then is stick coal. I forgot what I was using for fuel then, so I've got nothing in there at the moment. Not even tried it at the moment. So if I get some coal, I could have put one of these systems at the back to evenly distribute coal, but to be honest, there was absolutely no need. I don't think, anyway. because I'm really not going to be smelting a boatload of stuff at the moment. So that will do. I've got coal in every one of them. So if I now grab some sand and lob it all in this chest here, that should filter through, and you might be able to see the redstone flashing at the top. Ooh, why is that? You see, that's the one that's going to miss out. I knew there was going to be one. All of them will work now apart from that one. So these will all fill up evenly apart from that one. So this furnace is going to get that furnace's share. And it's a bug. It's just, that's the way it's going to be. I could have used minecart rails, but I didn't want to hear them running backwards and forwards. But anyway, this will suffice. Yeah, there's obviously a few issues with it. Maybe I'll change the tick at the top. Let's change that to 1. Maybe that'll sort it out. I don't. To be honest, I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, that's sorted it out a little bit. I've left the repeater on 1 tick. Let's whip all of this out. Stop that for a second. I'm going to whip it all out and start again. Whip it out and whip it out. Whip it out and whip it out. Whip it out and start again. Finally. Right, so now, with a fair wind, put that back there again. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to mess about with it anymore. Yeah, I knew there'd be a problem with it. So there you go. It's working as well as it's going to do. Anyway, it's going to get me some glass. So what I want to do here then is, if this is the output area, I want to stick down some chests. Grab a few more in a second. Let me put my redstone box down. Grab some more hoppers. One of these going into each one of the chests. So now we need to grab some prismarine and some glass, and I'll build a little tower up here to put the lava in. I think it's 4 levels of lava that they need to fall through in order to die. I don't want to use this as an XP farm because it's temporary and we've already got the Enderman XP farm, but I do want them to die on here, not in the lava, and lose the drop. So I might have to experiment with that, but I think it's 4 or 5. So grab a bit of prismarine, put some prismarine up in the corners. So now I need to build a little funnel up there, 6 or 7 blocks high, and then above that I'm going to build a big cube that is 9 by 9 by however high I want to go, probably up to the sea level. They'll spawn between this level here, which is the base of the ocean monument, and sea level. So I am going to be wasting a lot of spawning space, but as I say, this is temporary, and I'm still around yakking when I should just get on and build it, shouldn't I? Brilliant. So now we've got that done, I just need to build the cube above it. So the next level up is going to be where the gates are, the fence gates, which will separate the guardians from... They'll spawn in the main body of water at the top. I'm going to just be using downward flowing water as well. I don't know whether that makes a difference, but it's certainly going to be easier when I come to take it down if I've only got source blocks of water at the top all flowing down. It may well force the guardians to fall quicker. I've never tested it, so I don't know whether that's going to be the case or not. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Okay, so I've got all my fence gates in, got all the water in, got the fence gates in underneath where the lava's going to flow down. Now I've just got to fill this up with glass, so I don't know whether I'm going to have enough glass on me. I probably haven't, but I'll fill this up with glass, put a roof on, put some slabs on the roof. I'll turn a couple of these prismarine blocks into slabs to put slabs on the roof to stop stop mobs from spawning up on the top here, and then we'll start filling in. I think the easiest way to do it is going to be to put a temporary floor at level 64 and just waterlog all the water above it, and then dig out the temporary floor. I'm probably going to use dirt because that's just going to be easier to get rid of. Anyway, let me just fill the sides up with glass. Perfect. So we've got that set up now. I'm going to stick the lava in, but before I stick the lava in, I just want to put a cover over the hole. I don't want them falling straight out of the farm, straight from the water, straight through into the lava. Because if they do that, the momentum might bring them through too quick, and they won't burn and they won't die. So if I just jump in here. And if I stick a cover over like that, there are going to be some that land on here, but because of the way Guardians just don't sit still, they won't stay on there for long. They'll either jump back up and they'll go back up into the water that's going to be there, or they'll fall over onto the side. But this just stops them from jumping up and down. So when they get into the middle, they'll sort of fall into the lava all at the same level, so they should all go through at a consistent rate. Some are going to swim against the lava, some are going to die in the lava. I don't know what to do about that. I don't think there is anything we can do about that. And this here also stops me from falling in the lava. So if I put another row around there? I'll put another row around there in a second. If I put a bit of lava there and a bit of lava there, and just extend this around. That way they're just not going to be able to jump before they go in the lava. Hopefully that'll be enough. He says, all hopeful like. Let's go and grab that. I don't think I've got... Oh, I have. Didn't think I'd got one left, but I do. So now I'll stick a bit of water in at the top. Temporarily. I don't want to stick... I don't want to fill it up until I know whether or not that lava is going to kill the Guardian. So I'll stick a little bit of water in at the top. Now a Guardian, it needs to spawn in a water block, but it needs a water block underneath it, and it needs a transparent block above it. So it needs a 3-gap block to spawn in. So we won't get any Guardians spawning down here, which is why you never see a Guardian farm that looks like this. That would be ideal if you did. They'd spawn in the water and they'd go into the sides. I suppose we could have a couple of source blocks of water going up the side, but then you'd only have 4 spawning spaces. Anyway, I'm digressing. I'll need to grab myself a little bit of water. Can I get this as I'm flying by? How cool would that be? Not that cool, Frills. However, I did get out again, which was pretty cool. Right, I need to try and land on top. Oh, which I've managed to do. Perfect. Now, if I stick a couple of water blocks here, they should start to spawn in the corners. There's a 95% chance that the spawn will fail if they don't have a solid block above them, which is why you'll find more Guardians spawning inside a temple than you will on the outside. Because if there's a roof over your Guardian farm, there's a much, much better chance of them spawning inside. So if I stick that there and that there, cover the top with a few blocks, and then go down and wait, because these again will take, they need to, there's an area around them, they won't spawn if you're really, really close. So I have to come over here, maybe a little bit further away. This is turning out to be a little bit painful, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is grab a load of dirt and do what I was going to do in the first place. Just put a load of dirt over the top, completely completely source block all of the top, and then I'll start digging out a few holes. And oh, there's a Guardian there. Woo! And then hopefully we'll get some spawns, and then I can do a bit of experimenting, and if necessary, fill the holes in at the top to stop them from spawning down the bottom. So let me go and grab a little bit of dirt. Okay, I've got the dirt in, I've got the water in, it's all source blocked up, so we've just got to dig out a few holes now. Dig out quite a big area under there, under the bit that's covered, to give myself a chance of the best or the most spawns. Now disappear over the other side. There you go. Oh, at least, well, excellent. Just needed a few more then. The area wasn't quite big enough. So that seems to be working fine, doesn't it? We just need to see whether or not they're killing the Guardians before they all fall through. And they clearly are. Clearly are. Easily. Crikey. I thought you were tougher than that. Guys, I really did. But the saving grace of this is that they don't seem to spawn if I'm quite close, so I could easily get in there and drop the lava down by a block. And hopefully not get whacked doing it. So let's go and do that. They don't look like they're flowing down any quicker in downward flowing water, so that's not helped me. Hey-ho. Well, these falling. Right, these are clearly coming through. And they're dying underneath. Are they dying because of the fire? They look like they are, don't they? This could be the start of a beautiful relationship with another Guardian farm. Excellent. Excelente. Right, let me sleep. Oh, I can't sleep. Monsters too close. Genius, Frills. Genius. So all I need to do now is whiz up the top, get rid of the dirt, and then completely cover the roof with some blocks and slabs to stop mobs spawning up there. And this will do for the time being. So that's it all filled up with water, and it seems to be working fine, doesn't it? So now I think I'll just go AFK for a little while, see how many bits of loot I can get, and then we can work on our new shop at spawn, which is going to be, surprisingly enough, a Guardian shop. Maybe I need some light in there. Something to think about. Still seems to be getting a few dying in the lava, but I can live with that. I can live with a few dying in there because a few will swim against it. And like I said, this is temporary, but we're still getting drops. So I'll go AFK for an hour, and then we'll come back and see how many we've got. Oh, actually, I'll tidy this up while I'm doing it. Right, I've just had an urgent call off Dibs, who's doing the mapping at the moment. He's flying around mapping spawn and the surrounding area, and he's doing a fantastic job. But he's using up all of his rockets and everything. So I said I'd help him out by giving him some rockets. That's what I'm going to do now. Doesn't seem fair that he's using up all of his own rockets when he's doing a community thing. So hopefully, just paper and it is, isn't it? Yeah. If I make a bit of a shulker full of rockets for him, and then whip it over to spawn, he can carry on. There you go, Dibsy, my old China plate. I'd love to keep you going for the time being until I get around to getting some more gunpowder. Right, well, I'm hoping there's no spoilers here. I've looked and it didn't say anything in spoilers, so hopefully this is not a spoiler. But look at this, JJ and Wild Christmas tree. Unbelievable. These guys are phenomenal. These as well, what a fantastic idea. Dibs had the same idea. Dibs has done a similar sort of thing. These are heads You put on a skin, you die, you drop your head, and that's a head. And they've done a load of work. And as I say, so has Dibs as well. He's got something planned, which I can't show you. But this is brilliant. So anyway, I'm going to leave Dibs's shulker by the fire. Should I leave it that close to the fire? Is it going to burn? I want it to burn. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? So if I leave that there, then Dibsy can come and get that and carry on mapping the area. Look at this place, is looking great. Oh, this is, I've shown you, haven't I? This is going to be our Guardian shop. Guardian shop. Guardian shop. Our eye shop's over there, by the way. Eye shop. Guardian shop. But we'll work on that later when I've got some stuff to sell. Oh, have you seen Lumbering Pig? I don't know whether I've shown you any of these shops. This is Pigglesworth's shop. Have I got any diamonds? I've got no diamonds. I want a load of mending books. Look at that. Zenda the Mender. And Piggy's shop. Special offers every week. What's the special offer this week? Fences. For 1 diamond, that is a bargain. Piggy, absolute bargain. That's Spider's Christmas novelty shop. Looks amazing. It just looks fantastic. All looks amazing. Stina's flower shop, flower and dye shop. I'll be coming in here soon, Stina, to get loads of dye off you. So I hope you're fully stocked. But it is beautiful. And this is JJ and Wild's wool shop. Look at that. Oh, that's so cute. Fantastic. How much are you say? Oh, you've got no wool for sale. Oh, they're all over here. 1 diamond for a stack. Even put them in colour types. Very good. Everybody. Oh, very good, everybody. Everybody. Well done. What's that? Oh, that's Wild's Christmas head shop. I really hope I'm not spoiling this for everybody. Or for Wild and JJ anyway, but look at this. Wild's fancy stock shop. Look, this is awesome. I want that. I'm going to be buying one of those because I think that's brilliant. I'm going to be buying a clock because I think that is brilliant. It's just all brilliant. Everybody on this server is amazing. Look at that. I used to be able to do one of those in under a minute. Claim to fame. When you get bored at school, do a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. I am loving this. People, you've done a fantastic job. Anyway, I'm digressing. I've got to get back and start making my Guardian stuff, haven't I, really? So I just mentioned that I'd come back and grab some of Stina's dye. And I thought I'd do it while I was thinking about it, actually. So here I am, guys. I don't... yeah, black, it's odd to get, isn't it? But I don't think I need any black dye at the moment. Or do I? I'm going to take a couple of stacks. Oh, I'm going to take a stack of black dye. I don't need pink. I'm definitely going to take a stack. Oh, I don't want all of that. Ooh, schoolboy error. Take a stack of that. I'll take some orange. I don't really need any red, I don't think. Have some orange. What have you got, fellas? Well, I do love a bit of blue dye. I'm going to have some green dye. Make all kinds of stuff out of green dye. I'm probably going to have some blue dye. Purple and cyan. I want flowers. I don't want flowers. You see, I really should be buying myself a rose bush. I don't really want that many. Take some white. I will take some white off you, actually. Couple of whites. I will take a red. Why not? Orange, red, pink. Have I got a pink? I'll have a pink. Nice selection there. Yellow. Have I got yellow? Have you got yellow? No yellow. Ooh. Oh, have I missed yellow over here? Oh, I know. I did see you. Have you got yellow? You've got yellow. A bit of yellow. What haven't I got? I've got green. Let me take, I just might as well take some. I might as well take all of it. A bit of light blue as well, shall I? Why not? Leaves me with 1 diamond. That's perfect, Stina. Love your shop. Love that as well. Little bamboo with the leaves on top of it. Very nice. Very nice indeedy. Love it. Right. Back to, I think now I'm going to whiz back to the Patron Pall Hall, the catacombs, and stick another patron in there. Okay, so I've made the banners and the armour for Joycelina. I've also picked up something else out of the chest for Rosie. Rosie wanted the Canadian flag and the Quebec flag. Now the Canadian, I can't get to them. Why can't I get to them? Now the Canadian flag was relatively straightforward. It wasn't easy, but it was relatively straightforward. Did I pick that up? Yes, I did. But the Quebec flag was really difficult, Rosie. Really difficult. So hopefully I've done it justice. If I haven't, I'm really, really sorry. Hopefully you'll recognise it. I mean, if you squint and you look at it through the corner of your eye and it's dark, that might look a little bit like the Quebec flag. Maybe. And that looks like the Canadian flag with a bit of luck. So hopefully, Rosie, that's okay. If not, then you'll have to let me know. But the best I could do, I'm afraid. Still think you look super cool. Right, Joycelina over here wanted, let me put her arms on to start with. Show arms. Joycelina wanted for the banner, she's a big Seattle Seahawks fan. Big, huge fan. Actually, I should have remembered that from season 1 when we did this. So her banners, she wants to see the number 12 or 1 and 2 to represent the 12s. So that represents the 12th man. And she wanted it to be holding a pigskin, a football. That's the closest thing. There was a suggestion actually, which is very good. That's an American football, and she wanted the armour to represent the team's kit. Hopefully that looks okay. In the dark, it doesn't really, does it? That's meant to be blue. It is blue, honestly, that's blue. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that, Joycelina, but that's definitely blue. Stick you a name tag on. And now I'll just try and stick you in some kind of football quarterback throwing pose. So give me a second, let me do that. So hopefully that looks a little bit like Joycelina wearing her Seattle Seahawks football kit, throwing a football to Rosie. Actually, it looks like Rosie's over there jumping up to try and catch it. Throw me the ball. I'm free. Go long. So hopefully that's it's okay for both of you. If not, obviously, you'll have to let me know. So thank you for watching, everybody. I think we'll have to call it a day for today. Really do appreciate you joining me. If you have enjoyed the episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. And don't forget to check out all the other alphas. They are all fantastic. This is Frilioth, and I'm out of here.